Greetings, everyone. We are live here at Bourbon Street in New Orleans, Louisiana. Not sure, because there's so many people down here, whether this vertical live stream will hold up connection-wise or if it's choppy. So if anyone's watching and wants to weigh in on the stream quality, feel free to do so. I'm not using my gimbal for this. Just holding it with my hand. Let's go ahead and cross the street. Certain areas cars have access to it. Lucky dog. This is in the French Quarter neighborhood. Gumbo, authentic New Orleans cuisine. You have people up on the balconies. Granted, it's not going to be as crazy or busy as you would see it on like the prime peak of Mardi Gras days, but I was here earlier in the day and you still had some good crowds. Got some chess games going on. I don't know, that person may be on YouTube too. Looks like they're streaming. So they're streaming, it's like a cyclical stream. Oh, there's Larry Flint's Hustler Club. Can't avoid the music everywhere. Thank you, Evie419. Look at that. Don't be a salty bitch. Some of these t-shirts. Once you get to certain roads, like this one here, again, you're going to have traffic that can go back and forth. Like, people often don't stop, and the cars have to like slowly inch forward. So you kind of got to use your appropriate judgment. An oyster bar here. Right before this video started, I found a place called Victoria's Bakery that I was eating at, just about 2 blocks off of Bourbon Street in the French Quarter. But that had, I picked up a chocolate croissant and bear claw at that place. Way back there, you probably can't tell because it's nighttime, but it's this place, Cafe Beignet. Ethan says, no, I'm not gonna, I don't have social anxiety, but I'm not gonna be the center of attention. Lots of street performers doing music throughout the day. Every corner seems to have a hot dog vendor and that same pizza by the slice shop. Some of these times you have tight squeezes. Follow the sheep. As soon as other people go out, just by the way, I was all day, but since for like the past several hours of the French Quarter in general, the daytime. So you can look forward to those.
Worst podcast ever.
Worst podcast ever. It's not even a podcast. But you can look forward to those videos in the next coming days. More of I mean, it is chaotic because you can't avoid the craziness of all the noise. Like, forget it. You know, in the past I've talked about trying to cut music out of the video so I can still get monetization. You know, if I did that, you would basically hear a muted video the whole thing. So I'm just gonna let it play out in its entirety and not worry about it. Hey Brian, you said Pat O'Brien's has the best bar in Hurricanes. Yeah, bikers going the opposite way of cars. Street performance here going on. I don't know if I'll be able to wedge my way in here. But it's like old ladies. They're dressed up as old ladies. Better not show that. One person's something was popping out. Never a dull moment is right. Obviously, like the moment, but I still full document and you can see from like the side. So Pablo says clocks changed this morning, set 1 hour back, spring back, fall forward. I gotta look into that because obviously I know that happens every year, but I haven't even had that on my radar of possibly being a thing. But I thought that happened, like in my head, I thought that would happen like a couple weeks later. Let's see here, how can we get by here? Guess we can squeeze by.
You're up here.
What do we have being projected? Is that an actual person doing that? I think it is. I see them moving. The handstand. What does this thing say? Tropical Isle. Guess it's promoting this place here. Boogie Woogie. I think a lot of these are like the same shops, just repeated. Another alligator. Yeah, the same t-shirt signs that we saw earlier. I think the camera looks a little better when I zoom in a tad. Not quite that much, maybe like that. restaurant. I've seen a bunch of these Willie's Chicken Shack locations and Willie's Pizza joint throughout the strip as well. Or not the strip. My mind is thinking Las Vegas strip when I said that. This guy's trying to maintain a still pose for tips. Wonder how much money they actually make like each night that they do stuff like that. This is crazy corner, so there should be if you go to Earth Cam right now and look, you'll be seeing a camera pointing to me. At the intersection. So the camera's pointing toward, like up above me, there's a balcony. Earlier it had a bunch of people on it at Crazy Corner. In fact, let me try to see if there's still people up there. No, it's died down, but earlier that whole balcony had people on it. There you go, that one has a bunch of people. Down this way you start to die off a little bit on Bourbon Street. I don't know if this area behind Jackson Square was crowded earlier, but I'm curious because it's evening now. If it's going to be Deadsville or if there's still going to be... There was like several street performances going on. So up ahead was Cathedral, but if you walk around it, you get to Jackson Square. And if you keep going that direction, there's a popular cafe as well as the Riverwalk. Yeah, this morning, this afternoon, I did my first walkthrough of the French Quarter. I went down Canal Street from my hotel and then proceeded, like I was getting at work. It's probably kind of a mistake because like I did that whole walk and that was my first taste of everything. In hindsight, it would have been better to get some taste of some of the like more subdued streets like this one right here. This is more my style where you can have like some walking room, breathing room. And get your, I was able to take my time and like window shop on some of these places. I don't mean specifically this one, just because I'm walking by that one, but I mean places that had a little toy store or other Oh, I think my connection was dying out a little bit down this alleyway. Dying out a little bit down this alleyway. And in fact, it looks like they're dismantling the street barricades that they had up earlier. I wonder if they do that every day, or that was still like part of the Mardi Gras aftermath. Maybe they didn't dismantle it entirely, because it still looks like, yes, I don't think they still have some street, like the Psychic, and there's benches in the street. Interesting. It looks like they have Jackson Square closed off. I mean, it's not that late, is it? What time is it? 7:23. And they have, when I say Jackson Square, I'm talking about that right there. They have it closed off already. Maybe that's a thing for safety concerns or whatnot. Past a certain time of day. Here's St. Louis Cathedral. Earlier today, right where I'm standing, multiple times, like for hours and hours, you had the street performers here, and then, you know, big circle of crowd gathering around them. When I say street performers, if you guys have ever been in New York City or San Diego or certain other tourist destinations, at times in Vegas.
Well, green dog. Hey, we done with it. Yo. We don't care if everybody knows.
Yeah, so if you guys end up watching my daytime video, it's probably going to be split up into two parts for the French Quarter. During the daytime, this whole area is a heck of a lot more active. Earlier today, there was like art street vendors here and people drawing caricatures. At the end of this street earlier, there was a person like dressed and sprayed all in gray, doing like a certain pose, but maintaining being very still the entire time. And if you're wondering why I'm in New Orleans, I mentioned this a couple times on the channel, but the annual work conference that I go to is taking place in New Orleans this year. Last year it was Phoenix, year before that in St. Louis, year before that in Seattle. So anytime I'm not doing conference things, I just try to take advantage of seeing new city as much as I can. In New Orleans, compared to everywhere I've been, just in this experience in the French Quarter, is like clearly far different. Like, so some cities you could say, yeah, like I see comparisons between this city and the look and feel of it. Now New Orleans, way different than any of the other American cities that I've been to. That's all. I've only been to American cities. I haven't been to any international. Maybe this isn't a real person, because this is the same thing I was referencing. I can't believe they've been sitting there all day. Maybe they have been. Café du Monde, the original coffee stand. I will say this too, more than other cities I visited, I feel like you have to be extra vigilant on crossing these streets. Like, yes, you have to take the chance and go at a certain time, but more so you have to be even more careful, in my opinion. Yeah, so this is supposed to be, I think, one of the most popular, if not the most popular, coffee and cafe shops in New Orleans. And let's go ahead and we'll finish this live stream by just showing the Mississippi River.
You were right where Cody, I thought the water. Okay. Just stay.
The obviously different degrees of popularity during the day and nighttime for depending where you're at near the French Quarter. But yep, here's the Mississippi River. The bridge all lit up. My hotel is, I think if I kept walking around here, you know, it's past the Westin. I think that building there, that one right there, might be Caesar's Casino. You gotta walk like 10, probably like 10 minutes going that direction in order to get to the hotel that I'm staying. So I'll probably use this to go back all the way. So if you enjoyed this quick little live stream, I don't want to rehash everything I did like in a full long in-depth live stream in a horizontal view, because that's what the purpose of my high quality video I spent earlier in the day doing. But if you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe to Poco Traveler if you haven't before, and we will see you next time. By the way, if you have any suggestions on certain places we should visit in New Orleans that you think would make for good video content, try to let us know in the comment section. I have certain ideas in mind, like City Park and some of the sculptures there, and going through at least one neighborhood of just like houses and seeing how the grid-like structure and tight-knit areas look. Yeah, thanks again for tuning in, everyone. We'll leave you off with the fence covered in combination locks and Mardi Gras beads.